Okay. I guess I had the sound turned off on that last segment. So I'll have to fill you in later. See if this thing will come out of here easily. Well, all right. That's not being cooperative, is it? Okay, so don't have to remove that. Looks like this notch is right up there at the top. So I put that notch in there. And there is no seal in here that I can see. So there's a notch. Okay, this notch right here lines up with this notch in here, so that keeps that from turning in there. And this just goes in, and there's just a lock now in there. So nothing we can do pretty much here. This is pretty much okay. So pretty much does the trick right there. It feels about right there. Yeah. Okay, it looks the same. All right, we're good there. I'll just put this one back in position here. Slide this a little bit. Okay. Something got tight. What the hell happened? Huh. What do you know about that, huh? Now it's free as a bird. Huh. Now it's tightening up. That's interesting. Why is it doing that? Didn't have any trouble getting it out a minute ago. All of a sudden it don't want to come out. Anyway. Caught in that. There it comes. There we go. It plugs right in there like that. Huh. Huh. Why? That's the question. All right, I thought I'd just bring you along for the ride here. I've got this clock all ready to go back in the tower, the guts of the clock anyway. So let me show you what I did here. It didn't have a cover. I called and asked if, when they took it off, if there was a cover, and they said no, they didn't know where one was. So I went ahead and made a cover for it. Let me get this thing off here. Oh, pretty good, isn't it? There we go. Okay. It just pops off. Okay, what did we have wrong? Not too much really to speak of. Down, let's see, right, I got a pencil here, yeah. Right down here, this gear was attached to this bigger gear, and it was all chewed up right there. I think you can see that okay. And what we did was we turned it around because it was, the teeth went all the way over to the gear. And they were only using the outer edge of the gear here to drive it. So rather than go in all the trouble of trying to make a new gear, I thought we'd first try reversing it. So we took it out, turned it around, and machined it and put it back in. No big deal. Okay. The other problem we found were these bushings. There's a bushing here and one over here. They were both really worn bad, and let this shaft just wiggle around. Well, you can see right now we don't have any wiggle. So we took got a new shaft. We had to make a new shaft here because the bushing and the shaft were worn to the point that there was no saving them. So we had to machine a new gear. They took, it's actually a threaded bushing, and a lock nut goes on the outside, and then there's a set of thrust washers, thrust bearing right there, and there's a thrust bearing over here, little ball bearings with washers on each side. So there's two thrust washer bearings in this assembly. For the life of me, though, we haven't been able, maybe there's somebody out there that knows. This would be a real good question. These two gears do absolutely nothing except run, they run together, but this shaft, here's the power, comes in, drives this wheel, which is attached to this shaft, which is attached to this gear, which drives that gear, which drives the one that was all wore out down there, and it drives this bigger gear. The little gear drives the big gear, and then that cross shaft provides the power to here, and then this shaft comes out and comes down to this divider here, which sends the drive force out to three dial faces on the clock. So on this gear here, there's a little what do you call it, trigger, cog, something. It's spring loaded, and every time, maybe I'll just start it up. Hold on. All right, I've applied power to the motor, so you can actually watch it run. Your power goes delivered to this shaft, and comes into this shaft, and this comes across over to this shaft, which is driving this gear. And if you notice right there, see that little spring-loaded catch right here? Yeah. That's it right there. And you can hear it riding over this cam low block. Anyway, that was completely worn out, and I can see why. He just sits there and runs continuously, and he clicks. And for the life of me, I have no idea why, unless it's to keep this here from falling backwards. I don't get it. I just can't figure out what the purpose is of these two gears over here. I'd love for somebody to explain to me why those are even in here. I mean, I could just take them off the machine, and I don't think they'd be missed. I don't see what they're doing. It just blows my mind. Anyway, you can barely see this thing turning here. It's moving, but very, very slowly. And it's actually moving the opposite direction of this wheel. I mean, it just blows my mind. Anyway, our motor is running at 30 RPMs. That's the output of the shaft. There's so much glare in it. Oop, get my finger in there. There's so much glare, but I'll just read it. It's got 30 RPMs. It's 1/75 horsepower. 0.34 amps. 115 volts, single phase, 60 hertz. It's a nice little motor, but I don't know why these gears are there. But it's back, it's working. Oh, the other problem we had was this was very loose. You could wobble this thing back and forth. It almost was skipping over the teeth here. So I'm sure that was another issue that was ready to develop. I had to make a new shaft here. Luckily, the shaft is a couple thousandths, 1.5 bigger. Took up all the slop in the bushing. So now we've got nice tight fit. So I'll let you see it run and see how it operates. Pretty simple. This was a real challenge getting, because there's two worm gears, one inside the other, and you have to put the back one in before you can put the top one in, and then you got to feed the shaft through the worm gear. And it's pretty complicated getting it together, and then adjusting the free play. We've got that all set now, so I think it's going to be fine. So we'll take it to the clock tower and see how long it lasts this time. Well, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'd love to hear the comments on this, what these gears are supposed to do back here. If anybody has an idea, maybe there's a watch repair, somebody in the clock manufacturing business that can explain why that's going nowhere. It does nothing. It's hooked up to nothing. I just don't get it. Okay. Thanks for watching. See you next time.